Relationships activities. The fourth movement concept, relationships, focuses on relationships that may occur as the body moves. All movements take place in connection or relation to the environment, to other people, or to objects or apparatus. The relationships concept bring ideas together, a unified whole, and acts as a major source of making experiences increasingly challenging in all parts of the physical education program. People can have a variety of relationships in movement situations. Some of the most frequent and important are relationships with other people, in partner formation, and small groups of 3, 4, or 5. Formations such as the triangle, circle, and square are used in games, and the spokes of the wheel formation occurs most often in gymnastics and dance. Positional or spatial relationships occur in relationships to body parts or other people. In relationship to other people, spatial relationships occur between individuals, between an individual and a group, and between groups. For example, body parts may be above or below one another. A child may be over or under a piece of equipment or apparatus, or a child may partially or fully support the weight of another child. These types of relationships occur in all three core content areas. Player must relate to boundaries as well. They establish positions and vary their positions throughout the game situation. Complex relationships occur as strategy becomes involved. Where am I in a relationship to my teammate? How can I create an open space into which my teammate can pass the object? Where do I need to position myself so my teammate can pass the object in front of or ahead of me? We teach learners to pass objects ahead of, in front of, behind, or even with teammates or opponents.
And let's move to activity 1, solo home, instruction. Number 1, we have previously worked on the locomotor movements of running, leaping, hopping, and jumping today. Who would like to show us the difference between a hop and a jump? Does anyone remember the word solo? Can you tell us what it means? Activity 2, moving within the group. Number 1, instruction. As we work today, I want you to focus on moving in your own self-space throughout the general space. Number 2, sometimes this is called working alone in a mass. You are working by yourself, but the whole class or your group is also working. Activity 3, find a friend. Instruction. When I say go, I want you to find one another person with whom you can work well. Working well with a partner means that you help your partner to do his very best work. You cooperate. Sometimes in our partner work, I will ask you to find a partner with whom you think you can work well. Sometimes I will ask you to find a partner who is of similar height or weight. Sometimes I may assign you to a partner. Number 3, if someone asks you to be her partner, say yes, thank you. Number 4, if our class is uneven, we will have a partner location spot and I will help you make groups of 3. Number 5, we always give compliments to our partners and thank them for being our partners. 6, I will give you to the count of 3 to find a partner. Go. Now, you and your partner find a working or self-space. Although this is a part of the relationship concept, you may use this as a teaching moments for partner and small group formation. Activity number 4, partners, shape, and copy. Instruction number 1, this time I want you and your partner to copy each other's shapes. Number 2, decide who will be the first leader. The leader has 3 turns to make a shape for the follower to copy. I want to see you working together, so you will need to make shapes your partner and copy. Number 3. After 3 turns, trade rules. Number 4. Make the best shapes you can make.
And let's proceed to the activity 5. Challenge partner to show you how well they can work together. Children at both the younger and older developmental stage can benefit from this activity. First, you and your partner will hold a towel at the edge end. Second, working together and toss and catch your object back and forth. Third, see if you can count the number of the times you can keep it going without dropping. And the last, remember you are working together with your partner. Activity 6. Other formations that are unimportant of the people category are discarded and X. Discarded formation by use when you want children to find work in their self space throughout the general space. First, when I say go, see if you can move to your own self space within the general space. I want to see how quickly you can move that space and freeze when you get there. Number 2. This is a discarded formation. See how much space you have in which to work. Now that you are in the discarded formation, I'm going to say go one more time. I want to see if you can move quickly the another discarded formation. The third, you move quickly to make a discarded formation. See how well even groups of 6 can work together in this activity. You can add in the elements of even and uneven groups if you like discussing. Even and even numbers will enhance children classroom learning as well. First of all, you will need to form a small even group of 6. Within that group of 6, you will have a partner. Each partner set should have a towel. There will be one object for the entire group to toss and catch. And second, in your self space, throw and catch your object to see each set of partners can catch it. See how many times you can throw and catch your object. Lastly, you may vary your distance as you're ready. Activity 8. Geometric shapes can be found in all aspects of movement curriculum. Students are often asked to form circles or squares. Encouraging students to form a variety of geometric shapes is a great way to incorporate math into a lesson. After that shape, students are creating according to their developmental stage. This fun activity can be used in both the gym and the classroom. The focus here is on geometric formation. First, find an even working group of 4. You should be able to work very well with all the members. And second, I am going to call out of geometric formation and let's see how quickly your group can move. Show me a triangle, circle, square, rectangle, scattered. When you get into each shape, stand very still, make your shape very clear. Can you become a statue at a low level in your shape? Can people stand at high level and some at a low level in your shape? to activity number 9, spokes of a wheel. So, in these dances done in the formation of spokes of a wheel are varied and numerous contra dances, Sicilian dances, and trio dances, as well as some country dances are often done in this formation. Variations in dance formations give children opportunities to expand their shape vocabulary. So, the dances we are going to learn today is called Cotton Eye Joe. In some states, this is a very popular dance. It is done in a formation known as spokes of a wheel. Provide a demonstration of this formation prior to teaching the dance. There are many variations to the dance. This is probably the easiest version of this dance and fun to learn and do enjoy. So, let's start. Count 1, 2, stick out your right foot and tap the ground with the bottom of the heel twice. Count 3 and 4, put your right foot behind you and tap the ground with your toe twice. Count 5, 6, put your right foot forward and tap the ground once with the bottom of the heel. Count 7, 8, put your right foot back and tap the ground once with the toe of the foot. Count 1, 2, put your right foot forward and tap the ground once with the bottom of the heel. Count 3, 4, tap the ground on the side of with your right foot once. Count 5, raise your right foot up to the left thigh behind you and touch the foot with the left hand. Count 6, return to side position. Count 7, raise your right foot up to the left thigh in front of you and touch the foot with the left hand. Count 8, return foot to normal position. Count 1, 4, move 3 steps to the right and then clap the hands on the beat 4. Count 5, 8, move 3 steps to the left and then clap the hands on the beat. Count 1 to 4, move 3 steps back and then clap the hands on beat 4. Count 5, 8, move 3 steps forward and then clap the hands on the beat 8. Count 1, 8, turn around in a circle for 6 beats, then put your right foot back and tap the ground once with the toe of the foot on 7, 8. Repeat steps 1 to 15 until the end of the song. Activity 10, way above, way below. In this, showing above and below can be done with body parts or the entire body. It's allowed children to problem solve this activity. So, let's start. When I say go, I want you to find your own self space. We are going to think about elements of above and below in this activity. 2. Can you stay in your own self space and show me how you can place one body part above another? Maybe you will place your arm above your head. That is an easy one. See if you can think of 2 different ways you can place a body part above another body part. 3. Now change levels and show me how you can place one body part above another body part. 4. Can you place a body part below another body part? Can you do this at different levels? Now find a partner with whom you can work well. See if you and your partner can show me how one of you can be above the other person. Can you do this at a low level? Find 2 ways and your partner can show above and below. Activity 11. Upside down. In this, children enjoy performing a variety of inverted or upside down shapes. See how much fun they can have. So let's start. we are going to try something really fun. I want you to start in a standing position. 2. Now transfer weight onto your hands and one foot. Put one foot in front of other and bend your knee to lean out over the lead foot. See if you can stretch your arms out and reach down to the mat. 3. Transfer your weight onto your hands and one foot and kick the other leg up to a medium level. See if you can come back to the same starting position. How high can you kick your back leg? Practice this for a couple of minutes on your part of the mat. Your head should be below the leg you are taking to a medium level. This is an inverted position. Activity 12. This activity is a continuation of the element inverted. However, children are working on balancing, which was previously learned in a combination with the element inverted. Allow children to problem solve and see how successfully they can be with their upside down balancing. So let's start. We are going to make a 5-part balance in an inverted position, where 5 parts of your body, arms and legs are braced on the mat while you balance in F position. Place your head on the mat with your hands on the mat on either side of your head. Raise your hips and make your legs straight. See if you can balance on your head, toes, and hands. If you want, you can try to raise one arm off the mat, creating a 4-part balance. 4. You may want to challenge yourself by raising both arms and making this a 3-part balance with head and both feet staying on the mat.
Let's proceed in activity 13, which is mount up. Our those children can work on mounting and dismounting. It is encourage them to think of many ways to mount and dismount the equipment. Here are the instructions. First, we have aerobic steps, boxes, benches, and balance beams around the general space. Second, you and your partner are going to see if you can mount the same piece of apparatus and create a shape. 3. Now show me how you can dismount the piece of equipment. And 4. Can you think of different ways to mount and dismount different pieces of equipment? Activity 14. Obstacle course fun. There are a variety of ways to show over and under. Have children show you the various positional relationships as they move through the obstacle course. First, as you move through the obstacle course, focus on moving over and under the apparatus, mounting and dismounting the boxes, moving through the cones, and moving around the hoop. Second, when you come to a stop sign, make a balance shape and hold that shape for 3 seconds. Count 1 cherry, 2 cherries, 3 cherries, and then move on. Third, we are working on over and under. Mount and dismount through and around in this activity. Activity 15. Lift off. Only children who are at a developmental stage appropriate for work with other children and whose skill level supports these types of tasks should undertake relationships that require interdependency, elements of counterbalance and countertensions from the actions of the whole body category in the body concept, as well as support and supported and lifted, require children to be responsible for the safety of others. Instructions. First, we are going to work on some partner balances. Our focus elements are supported, and lifted. Second, when we support our partner's weight, what do we have to think about? Strong muscle tension. Third, we have already learned about counterbalance and countertension. These are important elements in our balances. Fourth, with your partner, stand back to back and lock elbows. Bend your knees and come to a medium level. You're using counterbalance and supporting each other's weight. Fifth, See if you and your partner can walk a short distance in one direction. Decide which direction you want to go first. Last, can you move at different speeds? Activity 16. Surround it. Younger children may have difficulty surrounding an imaginary object. A hula hoop or small parachute may be helpful. Instructions. First, you are going to be working in a small group of 3 people. Second, think about surrounding an imaginary shape to keep it from flying away. Third, start apart from each other and move together in a sustained, ongoing way until the group gets to the imaginary shape. Fourth, on a signal, move apart as suddenly as if the shape shocked you. And lastly, come together again to surround the shape.
So let's proceed to activity 17, near me. Using the element of near to encourages children to keep the object close to them, this teaches control of an object in a game-like situation. Instruction. First, I want to see if you can strike your yarn ball, keeping it close to or near to you as you move slowly around the general space. Second, keep the yarn ball under control and close to you by using short, little taps. Third, if you come to another person as you are moving, find a different pathway. Last, go what would happen if you keep the object far from you. Try this and tell me what is different. Activity 18. Meet my friend. Meet my friend is a fun, exciting game as children are traveling around the general space, play music, stop the music, and ask them to quickly meet and part with a friend. See how quickly they can then begin to travel and repeat the process. Instructions. First, with a partner, start a short distance away. Second, move very slowly toward one another. Third, as you are about to touch, jump and move quickly back to where you started. This is working on meeting and parting. Lastly, when we are on a team, we might meet and part with other teammates. We have to know where they are in relation to where we are and how we work with them. Activity 19. Mirror me. This activity emphasizes the element of mirroring. Children enjoy creating shapes their partners can mirror. Instruction. First, find a partner with whom you can work well. We have practiced finding partners. Second, face your partner as if you were standing in front of a mirror. Third, decide who will be the first leader using one body part at a time. Move slowly so that your partner can move with you to mirror your actions. Last, use different body parts to mirror with your partner. Can you use more than one body part at a time? Can you change levels and speed? 5. Now move in different directions slowly and see if your partner can mirror your actions. Take turns being the leader. Activity 20. Match me. Similar to mirroring is matching. Help partners think of various ways to match each other. Instruction. First, with the same partner, face the same direction now. Second, we are going to work on matching. Matching means you are facing the same direction and moving at the same time. You are attempting to make your movements identical. Third, in your own working space, you and your partner think of 3 ways to move. Last, Start with a shape, then add a locomotor movement, and then make another shape.
Activity 21, Match and Grow. This activity provides an additional way to emphasize matching. Although the focus is on the matching element, I want to ensure that children are safe doing or creating the rules. Instruction. First, with your partner, find a space. Second, select rolling and traveling movements both you and your partner can do. Third, see if you and your partner can show me the two matching gymnastics rolls with one travel in between. Activity 2, Different from Me. This can be a fun game that children of varying developmental stages can play. The focus is on the movements that are contrasting or different from one another. Instruction. Contrasting movements are ones that are intended to be very different from each other. Second, you and your partner are going to think of contrasting movements. For example, one may do a movement at a high level. What would the other one do? Low or a medium level. Third, think of three movements and show me how they are contrasting. Fourth, I am going to come around and see your partner work. Activity 23. One and the same. Movements in unison are to be done at the same time. To begin, first, sit in your self space and move your hands in the air. Two pathways are just alike. Second, try two other body parts such as knees or elbows. Can you make these body parts move in unison? Third, now find your good working partner. See if you and your partner can move body parts in unison. Can you move two body parts in unison? Show me. How about three? Fourth, can you travel in unison with your partner? Fifth, can you change directions or pathways as you move in unison? Activity 24. My turn and your turn. Alternating or taking turns can be taught on terms of body parts of people. This activity helps children think of ways to work together as they learn to alternate movements they have created. I want you to group into three. Okay, let's start. First, when body parts or people move one right after one another, we think of them or the movements as being successive. However, when body parts or people use a slower action, almost like taking turns, we think of this alternating. Find a group of three in your small group. We are going to work on alternating or taking turns. To show alternating, you have to think about the timing and the pathway of your movement. Fourth, think of a rule that you can do well. Each of you will start from a different place on the mat. Fifth, show me how you can demonstrate alternating rules starting from different places on the mat. Activity 25. Movement sequence. Refining a movement sequence entails helping children to learn to remember movements in an order and to show definite beginning and ending as in sentence. Words used in presenting movement sequences should include the beginning and ending as you. Can you make your movement smooth and free flowing? Show me.
Now let's move to activity 26, the smooth sequence. This will talk about timing. As we continue with movement sequences, we should encourage children to show how smooth and free-flowing their movement sequences can be. So let's start our activity. So first, find yourself space and sit down. Second, can you show me how can you stand up, turn around, and make a low balance? This is called a movement sequence because you had beginning and an ending. Third, can you tell me what the beginning and ending of your movement sequence is? Fourth, Let's try this again and see how smoothly you can make the sequence.